Good evening, I'm Byron Scott with a CTV News update. Prince George's County has entered phase 3 for COVID-19 vaccinations today. What that means is that individuals 16 and older who live or work in Prince George's can get inoculated at a county-run site. Senior citizens and those with underlying health conditions will be prioritized.
We need at least 75 to 80% of the population to get it done for it to be effective. So I encourage folks who are on the fence, do it. I mean, because it's better safe than sorry.
We're so happy. We're planning a trip for Mother's Day out of town to see family.
And
so
on Monday.
We're glad to have that vax.
Now, you must register to get an appointment. No walk-ups are being accepted. Well, the Maryland Health Department reports nearly 1,000 new coronavirus cases in the last 24 hours. 15 additional Marylanders have died from the virus. That brings the state's death toll to more than 8,200 since the start of the pandemic. Currently, more than 1,200 residents are in the hospital with COVID-19. Well, the Maryland General Assembly wraps up its 90-day session with a major victory for police reform advocates. Lawmakers voting to override 3 police reform bills vetoed by the governor over the weekend, including one requiring body-worn cameras by 2025. While the Coalition for Justice and Police Accountability says it's a step in the right direction, the group says the legislation falls short. The group is calling for the removal of SROs from schools. It also says the repeal of the Law Enforcement Officers' Bill of Rights failed to implement community oversight.
We understand that communities who are the most impacted should be the ones in control of the institutions that are supposed to protect and serve them. And we trust that community members have the best interest of their neighbors. And we've already seen time and time again what happens within internal investigations, and knowing that 90% of complaints that come from the public have been unsustained.
The General Assembly adjourns this evening. Well, police say they've arrested 2 brothers for killing a man at a Landover business. 26-year-old Andre Wilson and 25-year-old Stephon Wilson are charged with first-degree murder stemming from a March 9th shooting. Police say the shooting linked to an argument occurred here on the 7300 block of Landover Road. The victim in the case, 39-year-old Jerome Dozier of Laurel. Days after the shooting, police released surveillance video reportedly showing the brothers entering the business. Police say the suspects, both being held without bond, were identified thanks to Crime Solvers tips. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Byron Scott. More news in just a bit. Stay tuned.
There was a time in my life where I was extremely homesick. I decided that I needed a pet. When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. He jumped up and kissed me and jumped right into my arms. I immediately went up to the volunteers at the shelter and said, I want him, he's gotta come home with me. Now I'm anything but lonely. Every day with Turtle is a perfect day and keeps me company when I'm doing schoolwork. I like it when he jumps up on the table too. He is a veggie thief. He's an incredible companion and my best friend. Can't say that I've met anybody that doesn't love him too. When I adopted Turtle, I discovered all the things that make him unique. He's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly he's all pure love.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
For the latest information on COVID-19 in Maryland, visit the State Health Department website. That's health.maryland.gov. Again, health.maryland.gov. Click the link to the COVID-19 information portal. There you'll find all the latest information about coronavirus. You'll find daily updates on cases and fatalities. Answers to questions about testing and the governor's stay-at-home order are available as well. For specific information about Prince George's, visit princegeorgescountymd.gov. That's princegeorgescountymd.gov. The site offers information about local services for residents and businesses. There's a link for COVID-19 relief donations. Also, food pantry locations are listed. And if you have any questions, call the county COVID-19 hotline at 301-883-6627. That's 301-883-6627.
Welcome back. FEMA is offering funeral expense assistance to families who lost loved ones to COVID. The application process opens today. Aid is available for expenses that occurred after January 20th of 2020. For more information, you can visit FEMA.gov or call the COVID-19 Funeral Assistance Line. That phone number is 844-684-6333. Well, as the summer driving season approaches, AAA Mid-Atlantic says motorists will see higher prices at the pump. AAA says some analysts believe prices could average $2.80 a gallon, with some paying $3. The average price in Maryland right now is $2.76. D.C. is already at $3.03 a gallon. Nationwide, the average price for a gallon is $2.86, which is 97 cents higher than this time last year.
I mean, I'm a small business owner, so it has been affecting me. But I haven't really been thinking too much about it. I haven't really been going anywhere as of lately, but it has been affecting my business slightly, yes.
I think it's ridiculous, especially during the pandemic. You know, a lot of families lost their job and are just trying to find a way. So I definitely think it's a little ridiculous with the prices going up.
The experts say with more people getting vaccinated and more people hitting the roads, it's increasing the demand for fuel. Well, police have arrested a suspect in a fatal Hyattsville stabbing. The suspect, 33-year-old Jamal Walker. He's been charged with first and second-degree murder in the death of Donaldo McGee. According to police, Walker stabbed McGee during an argument on the 5400 block of Agar Road back on March 20th. Anyone with information about the case asked to call Crime Solvers at 1-866-411-TIPS. Well, a development company is planning a major new project near the Potomac River. Petra Development plans to build a mixed-use community called National View, located across the highway from National Harbor. It would be a commercial and residential development. Petra says it will also include trails, parks, a police station, and public transit.
We've heard from a lot of residents that unfortunately what they are doing in order to go out to eat or get to some necessary neighborhood services or get to a quality full-service grocer that they want to shop at, they're actually driving across the bridge to go shop and work and send their children to school and play over in Virginia. And we know that there are a huge amount of dollars within the community that are being spent outside of the county.
Petra hopes to develop National View in the next 3 years. Well, Maryland's housing market is strong and homes are selling fast. This according to the Maryland Realtors Group. Homes stayed on the market for about 7 days last month and prices went up about 11%. Nearly 8,000 units were sold in March, an increase of 11.4%. And we'll have more news in just a bit. Stay with us.
You're looking at me in the future. Okay. Hi, Isaac.
Hi.
Wait a second. Do you know who I am?
Julia.
This is Jaina. Into the future. I just wanted to talk to you about what happened with those two girls.
Oh, yeah?
Do you remember it was this girl that I was getting bullied by that one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me? I don't think you know how much like that helped me, because like I finally like knew that I had somebody. Because of you, Isaac, and what you did for me years ago, I grew up to be more independent and love myself and just be a little bit more confident.
Aw, I'm like a little tearing up right now. Just to see her in the future just blossom and look beautiful, and that was really amazing.
I moved to Florida with literally pennies in my pocket and a prayer. I needed a new start. Dacian looks like a very typical 3-year-old until you ask him, "What's your name? How old are you?" My son has a lot of behaviors that would show as being autistic. Most kids can tolerate a variety of foods, but unfortunately for Dacian, everything has to be organic and raw. I wasn't ashamed to go to the food pantries. It's expensive to eat healthy, and nutrition is very important to Dacian's health. The healthy, organic food that we receive dramatically helped his social skills. Most people would say, she really doesn't have much of a life. But to me, I have everything right there next to me and my son.
I am what child hunger looks like in America. I am a 9-year-old boy who hopes a friend invites me to a sleepover so I can have dinner. I am a 15-year-old girl who goes for walks during lunch so my friends won't know I don't have anything to eat. I am a 13-year-old boy who gets into fights at school just because I'm hungry. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 7 American children who struggle with hunger. Kids you pass by every day, but never knew they were hungry.
Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Outraged by the Atlanta and Boulder mass shootings, a Bethesda high school student vented her frustrations in a recent op-ed article. As reported last week, Jenny Shah's article was featured in She Knows. Shah is a board member of Students Demand Action. Her father survived a mass shooting in 2019 in Virginia Beach. In the article, Shah calls for national gun legislation. She also says more needs to be done to combat racism and misogyny.
This misogyny and hatred is definitely in our education system and from the nurturing of our children at a very young age. And I think that there can be a lot of work done in advocating for implementing these ethnic studies programs and also just more inclusive history classes in grade school.
To read the article, go to sheknows.com. Well, political powerhouse Stacey Abrams has been tapped to be the commencement speaker at Bowie State University's 2021 spring commencement. Abrams, who led the effort in Georgia to increase voter turnout in the 2020 elections, will speak to the graduates at a hybrid ceremony at Bulldog Stadium on Friday, March 21st. Some 700 students will take part in the event. Abrams, who was an outspoken advocate in the fight to expand voting access, is also a best-selling author. Well, she wants to help readers reach their full potential. Todd Shell Young is the author of Claim Your Worth. The book is part memoir, part weekly inspirational guide to help men and women reach their dreams. The nonfiction book will allow readers to confront their past, focus on the present, and look forward to the future.
There's so many different barriers that will get in your way of succeeding. There are so many things in life that will kind of seem like, oh, I need to focus on this before I can do that. Or I need to accomplish all these incredible things to make this next step. That's not true. It starts with you. It starts with you choosing you and you deciding for yourself that this is something that I'm not only going to accomplish, I will accomplish it, right? And that's what I want readers to take away.
The book, Claim Your Worth, is expected to launch this August. Let's get a quick look now at our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight, cloudy with a chance of showers and a low around 48. Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a high near 64, a low around 49. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with showers likely. Expect a daytime high near 64 and low around 50. Thursday, partly sunny with a high near 62 and a low around 44. And now for the community calendar. Laurel Elementary School has extended its food box program through the month of April. Residents can pick up fresh produce and food items every Wednesday at the school from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Boxes will be handed out by Laurel's mayor and city council members. Masks are required. And that's our news for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm Byron Scott. Good night.